Hello everyone, how you doing? Hope we're all doing well today. It's the weekly stream. You got me today. I might be being joined by Des. Hopefully being joined by Des. I need to turn some lights on. Give me a sec. Okay, I have lights on. So how is everyone doing? Have a good Easter. Hello Badger, hello Caroline, hello David, hello Richard. Today I think I'll start with a bit of Largo and then switch to something else. How's everyone been finding the update? Community challenge reminded me we're very close on the goal, so get some fishing in. Help us get over the line. We were at 4.7 million when I last checked, so only, well, 4.75. No, 9.75. I can do numbers. So yeah, just get on there, contribute towards the total, help us get the 10 million. Easter was fun. Saw some family, watched some football, had a good time. Cypher, yes, I work for Dovetail Games. I'm community manager for fishing. Gary Gardner, we're ever going to add barbel and sturgeons. Barbel are in the works. Sturgeon we'd like to add in. Good to hear you got your t-shirt, Caroline. We'll go slightly further along here. Updates made it much better. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, we're good. Hello, Cool Rob. So, what do people get up to over Easter? Anything exciting? Thank you, Gary. We already have perch in the game, Cypher. Sturgeon, barbel, chub. Barbel we're working on. Chub and sturgeon we'd like to do. I might have seen that picture, David. I saw someone saying about a picture from, I think it was Euro Aqua. We should get one of their carp in. Okay, good to hear that t-shirts have been added, been received. Chris MS on Twitch, we are working on becoming more of a world game, not just Europe and America. So Mark is off today and Darren is very busy, so I'm standing in for this week. They may be on next week's stream. Oh, horse racing, cool. That's the worst, get a new t-shirt, spill food on it. Any news on the big update? So we'll be posting more about that soon. Lots of exciting stuff to come. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. Pole fishing be put in. At the moment we're not doing that, but you never know, maybe in future. Chris, did you post that on YouTube and Twitch? I'm doing well. Cool, Rob. How are you? Oh, you talk to a live fancy. Well, hello to both of you. What's wrong with dynamic weather, Tycho? Thank you, Storm with me. Oh, Storm within me. Oh, thank you. Glad you like the games. Are you setting the weather to dynamic when you start a session? At the moment it defaults to clear sky. If you have it on dynamic it will change frequently, randomly. Oh, I'm fishing on Largo, the lake with Megalodon in. If we're lucky we'll catch him. That's interesting. How long had the fish been on the thing, on the line, Caroline? That's weird if that's happening. Your alarm just went off. Okay. Right, give me a sec. I need to make chat smaller because it's huge. There we go. Nice, Cypher. Dynamic time. So the 24-hour clock. Because the lighting on the lakes in Fisherton World is baked, it means it's kind of fixed almost. So to go between the times of day, you'd need like a loading scene or some kind of sequence where it switches between the two. Can you have a chair to sit on or a bivvy to going? So we want to make it possible to sit in the bivvy on the peg and give you a chair to sit down in. Yeah, it's a lot of standing up to. If you're there for a few hours, it's gonna be hard on the legs. Pot noodle, yes, exactly. Tin of beans. Okay, that's strange. Were you playing single or multiplayer, Caroline? Work your way up through the noodle pot things. So who's going to be on Fish Sim World today to contribute to community challenge stuffs? So close. We're almost there. Golden Tench, okay. I can't give too much detail about where we're going next. That'd be cheating. We're comparing pot noodle tiers. Typo, we can do it. It's just a case of we need a loading sequence to swap between the times of day. We have, not that we're doing this at the moment, but we said that if we got the bivvies in, you could go in there, you could go in the bivvy, and that would be for triggering the switches between time of day. But that was only something discussed, not something we've started work on. That would be fun. It's community challenge on everything, Caroline. Everyone, PC, Xbox and PlayStation can contribute towards it. Got the game yesterday and having a blast. That's good, Chris. We'd like to hear that. Something I was thinking about with the thingy. Do you want a lake with bigger fish that you catch less frequently, or smaller fish that you catch more often? Just a thought. What approach have you guys been using? Hello, Danger Noodle. Yeah, bigger fish. So we're on the one with the biggest fish, so good start. I just need to actually catch something. That's something we can look at doing, live fantasy. Can we make catching Megalodon easier? What, like easier to get on the line, or just easier to fight? We didn't change anything with the spawning, Mally, so I don't really what to suggest is the change there. We changed the fight because yeah, we changed the fight of them, but not the actual spawning. Okay, easy to get on there. Chunky brain. New big update, we'll let you know more about that soon. Because I think we might have let slip on previous streams when it will be. What did you say, Bailey? I just missed your comment, sorry. If I don't see your comment, post it again. I've got Twitch, Mixer and YouTube all over here. It's hard to keep up with the three of them on my own. So yeah, what was your comment? Can't fish in real life, but also enjoy silverfish, but carp I prefer anything. Is that again something we'll have more information about soon, Chris? Hello, Camo. Ooh, £22 sturgeon, nice. Currently 124 and you're watching. Wow, that's dedication. I appreciate that. £44. Nice. Not bad. Bream or Tench only tournament. We could make that happen. We could put it in the match tournament for the Dovetail Fishing League, so you're only going for Bream and Tench that week. At the moment, Paul, you can't turn off the alarms, but I think we might have looked into that. I'll have to check with the dev team. Best bait for catfish. So there's a few good ones. The tiger nuts are usually the go-to from what I've seen. It's starting to look like I am on my own this week, Caroline. Des said he might be able to join me, but he's busy. At the moment we don't have an official Discord Black Fang, but I'm kind of looking at doing it maybe at the moment. I feel like it'd be good to have kind of a central quick chatting place that everyone can go to. If that makes any sense. I can't words today. It's been a long day. We could make that happen, Badger. Sure, only aiming for what? Bream, Tench, Rudd, Roach. Am I missing any? I might have a catfish on here. Best hooks for cat, the size 4 ones. Oh, it's so much harder to track when you're on your own. I'm not drunk this time. Best hook for cats, I answered that one, I think. Best hook for cats, 4s or 6s, preferably 4s. What do I have on here? It's not very happy about it coming in. That's just a big carp. That's rude. Oh, I've got... I don't even know how to say this one. I'm not even gonna try it. I've got this boss fish. Did that? Yeah, second rod's gone. Well, we're grateful for our community, fishing boys. It is a very fat carp, badger. That must be, I think that's close to one of the biggest ones in there. It's that black fang, that's why we've not really done a river as such yet, because we'd want the current mechanic in it. It's something we'd need to work on and improve to do properly. So with floats, you'd trot them up on the river and just have the lures kind of pulled along by the current. So were you in multiplayer, David, when you caught that fish? Let me go back through the chat a bit. Yeah. Thanks. Not we get paid win. Next big update, we'll let you know more about it, Caroline. So there won't be anything until the next big thing we do, and we'll be giving more info about that soon. You caught Spencer yesterday, nice, very well done. Cat's deadbaiting we are working on, we want to do, so that hopefully will be in sometime in future. Thank you, Gary. It's not often we get a boss fish on the stream. So what are we working on that I could tell you about? So, new mode, new lakes, new species, new equipment. Hey Jay, how you doing? Did you have a good weekend? Desmond! Desmond has joined us.
Hello, good afternoon. How's it going?
Yeah, I've not caught a huge amount so far.
You caught a
But I caught a boss one.
You caught a big carp.
I don't know how to pronounce the name. But
Getzo.
okay, that's how you say it.
I don't speak Spanish particularly well, so any Spanish viewers can advise us on the correct name pronunciation. All right, Big Timer, how's it going? Greetings, everybody. Hi, Caroline. Glad to see you got your T-shirt. Apologies for being late. I've got so many people after me, so many tasks, but they can wait. I said, Stephen and the community need me. So
my people need me.
My people need me. Des crashing in like he's drunk again. No, I haven't had a drink since at least yesterday. Definitely. Yeah, I'm very good. Thanks. Lovely weekend in the sun. There might have been some drinking involved. It's true. Yeah.
We had a barbecue Saturday, so that was fun.
I even got to play a little bit of golf. Yeah. And yesterday I was with the kid. I was doing bombing into the River Thames. A particularly safe spot on the River Thames, so that was fine. But yeah, we had a little family day out. Rhino's asking if we could put the cord of goo in and have the choice to combo baits up. Yeah, that is something I'd like to do. It is something I'd like to do. Be able to mix your own baits. It's not the. There's a lot of things ahead of it on our priority list at the moment. So I'm not going to promise that within the next few months, but yeah. Now, I was actually out in a section of the Thames by Hurley, going up towards Henley Way. So it was very nice. Little spot I used to go to as a child myself. So it was nice to be able to take my kids there. The river was cold though. It's not as cold as if jumping in the sea at this time of year, but that first jump in, well, in fact, I didn't jump, I got pushed, but by my eldest. Yeah, it gave you that. It gave you that that sort of instant freeze, and like everything starts shivering, and like that sort of panic bit sets in where you think you're going to drown, but it was fine. Second time jumping in wasn't as bad. So is David Moreno that chats to us on Steam and on the Steam? Is that different David M?
Different David.
Hi David. So a different David Melody, is asking whether the Angler's Log will be fixed and when in multiplayer boss fish don't register. So that's a weird one for us, because when we test it, they are registering for us. So I think it might. It's not. It doesn't always seem to be the case, and I think it might depend on. Oddly, on some sort of connection. So we need to do some more testing on that and try and work out exactly what's going wrong. You are recasting your baits after you've had a fish on and then lost it, yeah?
That's what I'm doing with this one.
Yeah, I thought you were. Always remember to do that. If you've got a static bait on and you've cast it out and your alarm's gone off, but you've been busy fighting another fish and then that fish has got off, you've always got to cast it back out.
I was picking this one up to recast it, and a fish went on it. You hadn't had one on before, I just wanted to recast it. Canoe or kayak DRC? Canoe or a kayak would be so cool.
Kayaks would be cool. I was chatting with one of the companies that make them at the show in Farnborough that we were at a couple of weeks ago actually. And it's a really cool piece of kit actually. So I mean, I haven't got it in development at the moment, but it is something I would like to do. It would be fun. They're definitely cool bits of kits. And rivers. I've seen a lot of you asking for rivers. That is something again we are keen for. Maybe some exotic ones in the future as well, so we will have to see. Thanks Gary Gardner for the comments. Glad you're enjoying the game. So Trainwreck is asking for live bait. I've got someone working on dead bait at the moment, so that will be going in ahead of live bait. Can't tell you exactly when the live bait I'll be able to get that in. Coming in when I put the dead bait in as well will be size 2 hooks. So in order to equip the dead bait, you're going to be using size 2 hooks, and I want you to be able to put fish heads on. And we've got three different fish heads I want to be able to use, and then that will be good for these catfish that we're after, and will also help with cutting out those other species that you're not trying to catch that keep taking your bait, when you're trying to catch a catfish. So that is something we are working on, and I'm trying to get ready for the big update for you. So hope that sounds good.
Anyone's still got the old handheld fishing game with Crank on the side? I remember that. It was fun.
Yeah, Badger, it's pretty posh up that part of the world, up in Hurley. It wasn't all the other people down there weren't posh. It was quite a mix up there. But it's nice.
I'm from Medway. Most places are considered posh.
I was just sat there watching the boats going by, going, "I wish I had a boat." I might have to look into hiring one and doing a little, I don't know, maybe a little canal boat holiday or something up the river, up a river with boys, and do a spot of fishing in the summer holidays. That'd be good. They went back to school today, so that was helpful.
Housemate came back in on Saturday, said, I just went out fishing at Dymchurch. I was like, he didn't tell me, ask me, come on.
Does he go fishing often?
No, not really. It's like a kind of a one-off thing. I was like, I would have gone.
What, is he going with someone else?
He went with...
He's left you for someone else.
Sad times.
Yeah. You'd have been that awkward gooseberry on the side. So what peg we on? We're down by
We're down by La Preza.
Are we?
Yeah. What was I going to say? I can't even remember what I was going to say.
I saw someone asking about the bite alarm noises as well and be able to mute them. We've been having a discussion with the audio engineer today about what to do there. I think what we might do is, if you're fighting a fish, it will, and you get one of your other rods go off. The way we're thinking about doing it is that it will give you a beep to let you know that it's going off, and then it will stop beeping, and then maybe it will beep every 30 seconds or a certain period of time just to remind you that it's on, but rather than having that constant beeping, because I know that gets annoying. And obviously we can hear, you can hear it here on the stream sometimes when Stephen's got multiple going. There's just the constant beeping. So I appreciate that's something we need to try and improve for you. So setting up a task for my audio guy to do that. No more messages seem to be coming through, Stephen. Has everyone stopped talking, or has your chat application failing us?
I'm not sure, if I'm honest. Not had a message in a while.
That makes me suspicious. Are you still out there? Are we talking to ourselves?
Let's have a look. Yeah, stuff's happening, it's just not updating. Alright, give me a sec.
Come on, Restream. Come on, Restream the chat.
Go away.
Right.
Why am I not signed in? This is rude.
Come on, Restream. Come on, Restream.
Is that why it's done it?
Right.
Um,
Come on, Stephen. You can do this.
Yeah, that's just
Come on, Stephen. You can do
sorry,
this.
we've not got a fish on at the moment.
Coach Grizzle's asking for, I can see this one, he's asking for a Tennessee lake or an Alabama lake. can you add Guntersville? Coach Grizzle's asking for. I can see that's one. He's asking for. I think we'll get there. I think we're quite keen for Lake Guntersville. As I was corrected, you don't pronounce the T when you say it. You got to do it in the right accent and just call it Guntersville. So yes, I am corrected. You don't pronounce the T when you say it. Keen for Guntersville as well. So yeah, that could well be coming in the near future. Keen for Guntersville as well. So yeah, as well. Lugnut 925's joined us from California. Hi Lugnut. Right, where do we go? How far back did they go? Lugnut 925's joined us.
We missed Anfield in the past like 10 minutes. Just repost it because Restream decided to.
So I've seen another one of Coach Grizzle's questions. So some of these lakes are real. Some of them are fictional, but based on real locations. And in the future, more real-world lakes and are coming as well. So, yeah.
I fixed the echo.
Will we echo it for everybody?
Because those two are both playing the sound.
Come on, Stephen. You're supposed to be a whiz with this tech.
I got nothing.
I saw someone asking for stronger line. There is an £80 line coming. Coach Grizz was also asking if I know Knoxville. Do you have Knoxville? We don't have Knoxville. I did go to Knoxville a few weeks back actually for the Bassmaster Classic, but yeah, we haven't got Knoxville in the game or going in at the moment. Big Time is asking for pegs around a certain area on Lago del Mondo, extra pegs. We haven't got that done yet at the moment either. So we will. I'll have to look into that and see where that can fit in the timeline. It might be the easiest bit. Might be to if there's a dock there that we can put a peg on. That might be the easiest. So we have got there's some big fish coming in the future as well, which is also why we need £80 line. So yeah, that's going to be pretty fun.
Need a hidden shark trophy fish for the £80 line.
Man,
Right.
Your chair's got armrests. My chair hasn't got armrests. I'm going to lean on your armrest.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Yeah, so I've seen a lot of comments about people saying they're not catching catfish since the update. I can promise you that there was no changes made to the bite rate. There was absolutely no changes made to the population of this lake. The change that was made was to the energy curve that large catfish have, or that catfish have when they're fighting. So what happens with the catfish and obviously other species as well is they will have bursts of energy and then they'll have dips of energy. So one tip I can give you when you do get one on the line is, and they're taking your line out and they're fighting you. When you notice that the tension isn't going as high as it was before, that means they're having a dip in their energy. Now, when they're having a dip in their energy, you can pull them in a lot more. You can put more pressure on them at that point. But obviously, be ready to reduce the drag and let them go a little bit more when they get back into a burst of energy. But by putting the pressure on them when they have those dips in energy, you can get them in closer, and you can sort of if you keep doing that as you notice the dips of the energy, you will be able to catch the fish and land that fish in a bit quicker than if you just played it in a constant way the whole time. So it is, it is beneficial with the fighting of the large catfish to sort of vary up the tactic that you use as you're fighting them. So I hope that helps you guys. But yeah, honestly, there's no changes. They're all still there. They're still there. The bite rate's not changed. I think it's just going to be, it's just sort of this chance that some of you might have been getting them on the hook more and are doing so less now. There was no changes that were made that could have made that possible.
Hello, Scooby.
So, on the multiplayer, we are doing some tests at the moment because we've recently upped our Unreal Engine again. We have, so we've gone to a newer version of the Unreal Engine that is what we're working on this large update with, and as part of that, we've got sort of some optimizations and efficiencies. So I can't promise you anything, but we are sort of trying to test whether we can push multiplayer on console up to 6 players. So those tests are still in progress. I can't confirm whether that's going to be, whether that's going to make it. Obviously, if the frame rate's not good enough, then we won't be able to do it. But I'm hoping there's some further optimizations we can do and be able to get that in, because obviously it would be more fun to have more than 4 players in a multiplayer match. But you will be getting, when this update does come out, when you go into set up a multiplayer match, you'll be able to do you'll have a lot more control over the rules that you're using to host that match. So you'll be able to set the species that you're the sort of qualifying species that you're targeting, and how you want to score that event, whether it's the biggest fish wins, whether it's the total weight, whether it's the total length, whether it's the total number. So you will have you will have a lot more options to play with, and you also, I'm hoping that you'll be able to join your friends' matches easier and be able to see that, okay, I've got 3 friends that are playing the game, and rather than you just pressing join a friend's game and it not giving you a choice of which one to go into, you'll be able to select from a list which of your friends' matches that you actually go and join. So hope that sounds good. So yeah, when I said bigger fish, we're going to be getting there's new species coming, basically. So lots of new species. So Flips is asking if it's better to fish in the middle of the lake for big bass or the margins, as he knows nothing about bass fishing. So, I mean, the bass can be, they can be in the middle sometimes, and there will be some out there. What you don't want to be doing is fishing any deeper than 30 foot. The bass won't go any deeper than, I think it's like 26 to 30 foot. So you won't be catching them any at lower levels than that. But you know, around the edges, around the sort of docks and sort of structure and weed beds, you know, lily pads and stuff like that. So it will depend on the lake that you're fishing, and it will depend on, obviously, where food sources have been placed by the designers in the lake.
Oh no, they've started the cross-platform talk.
I would love cross-platform. Yeah, that is something I want to do, and I want to do some tests later this later this year on maybe some of the live events, some of the tournaments. So I want to be able to I want our tournament system to be able to, obviously, because we got the Dovetail Fishing League, which is currently platform specific. I would very much like to be able to do, and the Dovetail Fishing League, it's sort of a contained thing, which is working well, and people are enjoying that. And I don't want to sort of mess that up. But I want to be able to do sort of special one-off events as well that would sit outside of the Dovetail Fishing League, so we can be able to do sort of things like 3-round events where if maybe you've got all week to enter the first round, then the top 50% of players go through to day 2 or round 2, maybe on the Saturday, and then in the final, and then the top 50% of those go through to the final on the Sunday. Those would be quite fun, and we could hopefully be hooking in with some of our brand partners and stuff like that to be able to give away real world prizes for sort of participation and success in those events. That's something I would like to do, and I would like to be doing that in a cross-platform way as well. So I know that obviously the engine we use, Unreal, they've obviously got a Fortnite which has gone cross-platform, and they're the tools they've developed to allow them to do it, and they're sort of introducing those to the sort of wider development community. So hopefully we're going to be able to utilise some of that stuff in the future. But I can't promise anything, but I would like it. I would. Yes. Okay. So Daft Badger's asking for smaller hooks when ledgering. That's something I made a note of last time, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, that was something I do want to do. Scooby, what problems are you still having with the multiplayer in 4-player then? So it works a lot better than it used. I've been sort of I thought it's been working all right lately for me. I haven't had a chance to look at Real Speed 2 yet. I was chatting to you briefly over the weekend. I was on holiday Thursday, Friday last week, obviously, and been manic today, so I've not had a chance to look at that, Scooby. But I will have a look. I'm unsure of how that could have happened, because we haven't been messing with those Real Speeds for ages. So let's have a little look. Typo Pete's asking how you cheat on this game. No cheats allowed. I said it on the community, on some of the community pages, but we've looked into the scores, the amazing scores that some people can get in our live events, and it does, there is no cheating going on. They're all the fish that they're catching are valid catches. So yeah, I can promise you that's they're not cheating. Some people are very good at this game.
not been the best session. Other than those 3.
What baits you got on then?
Link, pop-up tiger nuts, and essential cell.
Right, what was I right?
The rolling speed.
I'm going to buy that as well.
They want the 24-hour clock. I've explained the issues that presents.
Yeah. I would also like a 24-hour clock system. That's not going to happen before the end of the summer, autumn time. I feel I can look into that. I will look into that. Someone there is asking for catfish in American maps. I do have a catfish that's almost ready and will be coming to American maps near you soon.
We were talking earlier about having like a pot noodle system for food where you start with chicken and mushroom and then work your way up to Bombay Bad Boy, I think it was the top one. Obviously we need the pot noodle license to do.
What, as an energy source for the player?
Yeah.
Right.
Tins of beans, pot noodles, and...
But all pot noodles are the same level, surely they're not? They cost the same.
Yeah, true. Other noodle snacks are available. Eels. Scooby Hayes wants his eels.
He wants his eels.
You've got to convince Darren. That's the problem.
I think you should spread your baits out a bit. Come.
Yeah.
Have you? Isn't it? I reckon you want.
Further over that way.
Although we're not going to see it, are we? I know, but yeah, I am rubbish, Badger. You're right. I can't help myself. I find it hard to lie to you guys when you question me about something I know might be happening.
Under the spotlights as well. Which
under the spotlights. Barbel are still coming. I was just thinking how I could how can we show the barbel to people before it comes? We'll have to do a stream one day on a different build, won't we?
Mm.
Barbel does look good. With his barbels. Grass carp is on a list, but it isn't currently being worked on, so I can't give you any more news on that.
I just realised I've made some notes of stuff to tell you guys, and so far I've only covered one of them. That one being the community challenge. Contribute. We're almost there. We want to do it. We're so close.
So someone's saying one search shows many cheat sites for this game. Now, if you use a cheat site for this game, all it's going to do is allow you to maybe earn XP and TP quicker. Like, that's just going to allow you to buy equipment. It's not going to make you any better at catching the fish that are in the water, and it's not going to give you any advantage or make you any better when you're competing in multiplayer or in the Dovetail Fishing League. So by all means you can visit those dodgy sites and risk viruses and all that good stuff, but yeah, it's there's not a lot I can do about that at the minute. XP buffs, I'm not really that worried about.
The French venue of Monster Carp, we've got 2 of them. Do you want bigger carp though? So what was I going to say? Anyone on Steam? Any PC players? There is currently the Easter sale. So I think the Deluxe Edition, Quad Pass, Arnold, Dylan and Largo are on sale. So if you've not got them, pick them up.
How much for, Stephen?
Largo is 20% off. Quad Pass is 40%, I want to say. So, yeah, pick it up if you've not got it. There will be a PlayStation 4 America sale starting later on, so keep an eye out for that.
Later on today?
Yes.
Later on today. There we go.
Our quarter competition. Don't know how many of you saw that. If you entered, we posted the results today on Facebook, so go check that out. Follow our page if you don't, because that's where we post most of our news. And the player survey is out and about.
Yeah, make sure you get involved in the survey. If anyone hasn't seen the link to the survey, then is that shared on our Facebook site, Stephen?
I posted that to Facebook.
Yeah.
If you subscribe to the newsletter, you will have been sent it as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Go answer it. There's a prize draw at the end of it to enter as well, I believe. So Xbox sale, nothing at the moment, but keep an eye out.
Chase Crompton's on YouTube. He's asking for bigger carp. So he was asking for bigger carp and a French venue. I have some bigger carp coming. They're not in a French venue, and there might be a new species of carp as well that we've not had in the game before. So that, I'll leave that one. I'll leave that there. I'll leave that there. That's about as much as I'll say on that one. Yes. And sturgeon are on my list, but aren't actively being worked on at the moment. So sturgeon will not be coming in the big update we're working on at the moment, but they are pretty high up on the list for later in the year. So more news on that when I can give it to you.
Jay, community challenge. So when I looked earlier, we were at 9.7 million, and that was creeping up. So it's doable. Everyone gets on, catch some fish. We'll do it. I believe in you guys. The survey kept deleting your answers. That's weird.
So is Flips Flackbean? Are you talking about cheating in the live events there? Because nobody can slow time in the live events because that's done on the server, and you can't have 6 rods in the game. The UI would explode, and yeah, so you definitely can't slow time. So no, I'm really confident people are not cheating in the live events. Now, some people find hotspots and pull out lots of little fish, so obviously catching a small fish in those events, you can land them really quickly, especially if you've got a heavy line on. So the ones where it's maybe total length or total number, the match events, you could in theory catch a large amount of chain pickerel really quickly, and the if you can find a spot which has got a good stash of them, then you could in theory build up quite a high length quickly. But I was going to speak to Stephen about that actually, because I think we should be doing some more sort of targeted species events in the in the match and the Predator series, because
they were asking earlier about just doing a Bream and Tench event.
Yeah, so that I think that will vary it up, and it will also reduce how effective just catching hundreds of little small fish over the whole hour is. Because I see people comment that the bass fishing the Big Bass Tour events, because it's the best five, your best five fish. It's a fairer, it's a sort of easier and fairer thing that people can sort of compete in. Whereas with some of the other events where it's the total sum of everything you've caught over the entire hour, then for people that are hitting it hard for that entire hour and having success, they're always going to kind of come out at the top. So I'm having a little think about how we can work with that. Digital Farmers asking why have the live events stopped with Eurofishing? Have they?
They shouldn't have stopped.
Digital Farmer Stephen will look into that for you. So
there was maintenance on them yesterday.
There was some maintenance going, wasn't there?
Yeah, but I've set a reminder on my thing to do the next bunch of them. So I know they're still running at them, or should be running at the moment. Are you talking about the weekday ones or the weekend ones?
Oh, Digital Farmer.
Yeah.
That was a question for you, Digital Farmer. You talking about the week ones or the weekend ones? New Trebor is asking for pounds and inches option. That's in the settings menu, right?
He means like for counting the weights, I think. He said that further up somewhere.
Scooby Hayes wants a £420 sturgeon. Oh, Scooby. So yeah, with the big catfish, we obviously what people were experiencing was when they if they go over, I think it's around 225 yards, you actually run out of line on your spool. So that is still the case. There is only a certain amount of line on your spool. So if it does take you out over that, so you do have to fight them to stop them going out. And I would really recommend sort of using the rod pumping technique. So obviously raising it up and then lowering it down, reeling as you raise and lower it. But as I said earlier, especially focus on that, pumping them hard when you notice a lull within their energy. I haven't got anyone making an eel for me at the moment. I do. I've got to let you know that.
Pretty sure Darren wouldn't give the go ahead to eels anyway. They could just sneak them in.
What, Noakes?
Yeah, he doesn't like them.
He doesn't like eels.
Can't remember what Mark's opinion is on them. If Mark's in the chat, let us know. Jelly deals, all you're getting.
I thought that was your bite alarm going off, but it's the buzzer on the door.
Yeah. The weekly ones. I'll have a look at that Digital Farmer and see. They should still be running.
The ones on Fishing Sim World are much better though.
Yeah. True.
So Motor User is asking any new lakes. I can confirm that there are currently 5 in development. There might even be more than that actually. So there's lots of new lakes coming. And some of those will be coming for free as well. So more news out on that when we can give it, but or when I let it slip. But but you will be getting some lakes for free and lots of other good stuff. So and more equipment. And as I said, also some you'll be getting some dead baits as well. Yeah, well the dead baits will go into the game for free, and then you'll have to use your tackle points to go and buy them. But I'm sure most of you have probably got a few tackle points spare.
I need the option to have a second tournament running and have like the Elite Series where you pay a higher amount to enter, and just so you have more stuff to put tackle points into.
Another tier of the DFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. Oh, he's got another one on. Scooby's trying to get one lake name out of me. I gave you one earlier. I already gave you one.
Yeah.
I already did give you one. If you are hearing, listening, paying attention. So Flips is asking for help catching Zander. Definitely be on a lake that has the Zander in it, and I would go for
Step 1.
Step 1. Don't be at Manor Farm. Step 2. So yeah, you'll be for Zander. You want to be either on the canal or on Yezuro Besti, and you want to be any like a selection of lures will get it. You obviously with as with the lure fishing across the game, the weather conditions, the cloud cover, the how bright it is, whether it's raining, that affects which colours of lures are the most effective. But yeah, the bigger Zander are in the Besti, Jezero Besti, which is one of the add-on lakes set in Poland. So yes. So Black Fang's asking me to tell you more information on what species are currently being worked on. Okay, so we've got, and you obviously know about the barbel. So what I can tell you is we've got. I've probably said it before. We got channel catfish coming for some of the US lakes, and we have another venue coming that's going to have 2 more types of catfish in it and some other species in it as well. Yeah, I've got to watch what I say. Yeah, so I can't. So I'll give you Channel Catfish. That's. I better watch. Yeah, I better check with Dan and Mark. But there's carp fishing venues coming. There are real world bass lakes coming, big American lakes. I've already given you the name of one of Gunnersville, and what's that there?
I don't know.
What build are you on?
Live?
I like it.
I think.
We haven't got any gudgeon coming. No, there's no not even as not even not even as one of the dead bait options. Yeah.
Where you guys gone?
There's more. So I don't know if you know a bait company. There's a bait company called a carp bait company called CR Baits. So we have partnered with those, and we will be getting some of their baits in the game. What else can I do? I'm trying to have a think. What else can I sneak? What other information can I sneak into you? Yeah, Caroline, I haven't got eels in underway at the moment. We're not making eels. We have a carp venue coming, which is close to an airport, and so I don't have any UFOs. Someone's asking me, can we get UFOs when night fishing? I've got a carp venue coming that's really close to an airport. It's a very famous carp venue, and it obviously has airplanes taking off in the over the trees. So if any of you carp fishermen, it might allow you to narrow it down a little bit. Floats for pike will be coming. I need to That reminds me, I've got to get those set up. Oh, my dev manager's gonna do that. It's basically a constant battle here. I want to try and get in as much stuff as possible, and then my staff, my dev manager, she's it's her job to make sure that we have the time to get everything in properly, test it properly. And I just keep trying to get more. I just want more and more stuff in because I know you guys want it all as well. So
apparently we have to let people go home and not work all day. So
he's saying he can see the veins throbbing on my head. I think I'm just going red. I shouldn't have this jumper on. It's too hot in here with all these lights on.
It is very warm. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm very warm. These lights and the temperature.
But floats for pike, and then be able to use the dead baits on them. I'm trying to get that sorted.
Oh, we got a fish on.
Fish on. Does anyone else say that when they get it? Oh, no, is it just me? I wanted to do I wanted to get the game to do that, but we don't really have that sort of vocalizations in there. So
go in the recording room, you do it.
No, we've had a couple of guesses for lakes, and those are not them. I'm not. Okay.
Twisted, there are bass in this lake. It's the only one of our lakes that combines all of it. So you got your carp fishing, your predator fishing, and bass fishing. So it's a good lake.
Is this taking you out?
Yeah. I had one earlier that was doing this, and it was just a big carp. This one's not fighting too hard, so might just be another big carp.
Hey, see, Richard Jones is on YouTube. He's watching us on YouTube, and he's playing the game whilst watching us and chatting to us in the chat channel. And he's just caught a £135 Wells catfish. There we go.
Good
on
one to add to the total.
On a Monster Red. So that was the bait he was using. Yes, the venue I was giving you clues about is in the UK. This is correct. Oh, sorry, I dropped my pen. Sorry for that rattling noise. We're not currently working on any fly fishing or sea fishing in the future. Raf, I've just shortened your name there because I couldn't pronounce the rest of it. But
that's not in the UK, Scooby.
But it might be near that airport you mentioned. Yeah. So, but yeah, we haven't. We're not currently working on fly fishing or sea fishing at the moment. It's kind of, yeah, still on the freshwater tip.
St John's, no, but I do miss St John's. That was a good lake.
Who have you got moderating for us then?
Badger and Jay, if he's around. We got a couple.
Thanks, Raf. Yeah, sturgeon are on my list. I haven't got them worked on, but I've got a list I've given to my character artists. Obviously, we treat the fish are characters in our games, not just the people. So you know, they're made by character artists, and so yeah, sturgeon is on the long list of future speeches that I've given to him to work on. So I can't tell you exactly when it's coming, or any information about what lake it might be going, what venue it might be going into. So, but yeah, we'll get there. We will get there.
So with our saying about the big catfish not being trophies, with the European lakes, it's only a trophy if it's a named fish. So it'll be a heavy catfish at £150, but if it's not named, it's not considered a trophy. Something we're doing may change that. I'm not sure.
Digital Farmers asking for bait boats. I'd like a bait boat. I was also looking at those at the fishing show the other week.
How many companies did you ask for samples of stuff to add to the game?
No, yeah, I don't know. We asked a couple. Whether they'll turn up or not is another matter. There's no update coming out this week or next week. It's going to be there's a really big update that we're working on, and it's still in progress. So it's a little way off. So you're not going to get any updates for a little while. I can't give you any more information than that. No, nobody's got the lake yet.
Someone was asking about an update earlier, saying we hadn't had one for ages, and we'd had one last week. I didn't realise it was last week because we had the 4-day weekend. or in your case, 5-day weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. How much longer are we going to give it, Stephen?
It's 5:30, so it's about ending time. Do we try and get one more fish and call it? Catapults is travel and hit scuba with pellets. We do.
I think catapults would be a nice addition, especially if they bounce off people's heads in multiplayer. That would be fun.
Need to make a little like dunk noise.
Someone's asking for Muskie. Where have you been?
There are Muskie.
Muskie, we put Muskie in the game 2 months ago? More than that? You got a fish on.
Oh, that was
3.
the January? No, that was February we did that, I think.
Yeah. So we've got muskies and tiger muskies. So, yeah. We added them into lakes that were already out. So,
Boulder has all 3. Well, I say all 3. Has both
muskies and the long-nosed gar.
Which also got added at the time.
I did notice in the video, one of the videos, when spelt it with a space in the long space nose. I saw that on a video that was playing by reception. I was like, that's not right. That's not how you spell long nose gar.
I thought we changed that. Okay.
Yeah. The brand manager Mark David, he wants pole fishing. We haven't got it. We haven't got a plan for it at the moment. I'm not sure how well it would translate to the sort of gameplay as such. But it's something we do discuss. Also, zig rigs, I would like to get to. Zig rigs are not going to be in the July update, but it's something that I'm looking for when I do a major float overhaul, and there's a whole lot of stuff I want to do on the simulation side, with the float fishing, with the different rigs that you use for the lure fishing, and basically be able to give you guys more control over those settings, and obviously different whether we can get controller floats in and stuff like that. So yeah, that's going to be in the update after July. You want PVA bags. That's something.
Is that good enough to end it on?
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. So yeah.
So what did I end up catching?
So
Carp, bream,
Caroline was, all I can say is Caroline was quite good at the guessing game. Let's end it with there at the stream. And if we cut the stream now, then I can't give away any more clues. But let's just say, yeah, Caroline was good at that game. And I'll have a think about how I can get PVA bags in.
Yeah, that's quite I would say a common requested, but I've seen that a few times.
Yeah, and the surface floats. Like I said, I'm working on we've got a design for some of that done. So it's once I get engineers free, and obviously I need more UI work done for that as well. But yeah, I can tell you this, in the July update, the UI is going to get a bit of an overhaul as well. So it's currently looking really nice. So we're going to be replacing the photos that you see over there. Not that one, because that's a picture of the lake, but the other ones. That way. My finger's going out. Oh God. That way.
Past Des's head.
You point. Yeah. So those are yeah. But ditching those photos, we're going to be, you'll get a nice fresh new UI as well. Lots of good stuff, and some other modes that we haven't announced yet. And lots of venues, lots of species, lots of tackle, and some great multiplayer improvements. So lots and lots of good stuff coming. And I'm going to end it there, are we, Stephen?
Yes.
Cool.
So that's it from us for this week.
Thanks for joining us.
Next week, it should be Mark and Darren because we've swapped the weeks. It may end up being us again. You never know.
Who knows? You could get lucky. But in the meantime, let's hope you do get lucky. With everything. Why not?
Yeah.
Right.
See you next week.
Tight lines.